Hello and welcome to the magic world of Photoshop. Today I'm going to turn this image from this to this. So without further ado, let's get right on to it. But before that, let's roll the intro. So now we're here in the magic world of Photoshop. So the first thing you want to do here is make a copy of your background layer. Just rename it to subject. Make a new layer. Select the spot healing brush. Zoom in and remove all the small blemishes because it's going to be difficult to remove them after fixing the exposure. So now that we've done, make a selection of these two layers here, right click and merge. And now you can apply frequency separation if you want to. For example, I have an action here. I'll just play that action and just wait for it. Okay, we are back. I'm going to apply frequency separation as fast as possible. You can apply any method of frequency separation. This example will still work. So let's just do a rough frequency separation on this image. As always, when you're done, select both layers, right click, merge. When you're done, there's a couple of things that you have to do. If perhaps your image is not as sharp as you want, you can sharpen your details on the image. So for instance, for this example, I want to sharpen the eyes. So I'm going to select the sharpening tool, create the new layer, just rename it to anything, sample all layers and start brushing the areas that I want in more focused. After you're done sharpening, as always, highlight both layers, right click, merge, and now you can make a copy of this layer if you want to edit non-destructively, or you can convert this layer into a smart object. What that will do is just going to consume a lot of memory, so it's best to create a new layer so that you can always come back if you've made a very huge mistake. So now with this layer selected, go to filter, camera raw filter. Now here is the actual tutorial. Here we're going to play around with the sliders here to fix the image. So the first thing you want to do here, as you can see on this image, it's looking a bit warmer. So we're going to decrease the temperature just a bit and compensate that with contrast. And then bring the exposure up to about 0.3 of a stop. And now, since the highlights are blown out, you want to decrease the highlight slider so that we can retain some of the details on the highlights here. So if you're not satisfied, you can decrease the white slider. Just decrease it a bit. Here you can see there are more details than our before image. Now we're going to work on the shadows here. There's two methods of doing that. The first one is to take adjustment brush around the area and then increase the exposure. But then we have more shadows in the background, as you can see in the trees, some of the areas here in the image, which is going to take a bit of time if you're going to brush around all those areas alone. So what you can do is increase the shadow slider, just increase to your liking. For this image I'm going to leave it here, it's fine, and then bring the blacks up just a bit, and if you want to increase saturation and vibrance you can do so, like so. This is looking too much. I'll just increase it just a bit and decrease saturation just a bit to compensate for it. So now the image is still looking too yellowish, so I'll bring down the temperature slider just a bit down. It's looking too reddish. I'll fix that here under HSL adjustment. I'll bring the orange slider up just to compensate a bit for it. So now let's look at the before and after. Already you can see that we have a significant difference between these two images. Of course you don't have to stop there, you can go beyond that and just add the adjustment brush that I told you about earlier on. So just take the adjustment brush, make sure you reset local correction settings first, and then increase the exposure dramatically just to see the areas where you are painting. So you would want to zoom in precisely on the areas that you want to brighten and just start painting around them. So now when you're done painting, you can bring down the exposure. What you want to do here is increase the shadows. Just increase a bit and bring down the black slider to retain some of the details on it. You can play around with the sliders and see which one works perfect for you. For this example, I'll go with the settings here that I'm doing. You can do this as well, but every image is different, so you wouldn't know which settings is right for you until you actually do it. So let's look at the before and after. This is the before and this is the after. Already we've done a lot to actually fix the image. So what's left now is to fix the colors just a bit here and there, and you can do so under HSL adjustments. So now let's fix up the colors. I'll start with red because the image is starting to look too reddish a bit. I'll decrease the slider, red slider, saturation, luminance, and just tighten it up and kind of zoom in on the leaves here. Go to the hue, just play around with all the sliders here and see which one works. Okay, this is not it. Okay, now I have this image here. This is the before and after, and already we can see a significant change to the image. We've increased the shadows and fixed the blown up highlights. We can see details on the highlights here, as well as the white carpet. It's not blown out too much. We can see more of her face here, the neck and the other arm. Also the dress here, we can see more details of it. So now that you've done, just select OK and let Photoshop do its magic. Here is the final image, and here is the before. So this is it, guys. This is how I fix my underexposed images. You can apply the same settings on your images. or you can still take it a bit far. It depends on your image. Some images are easier to edit. Perhaps like this one here is a bit difficult since we have lights splitting on her body, her face. We don't have an even light around her. So I think this one here we've done a pretty good job fixing it. So thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed what I did with this image here, and if it helped you. Most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment below if you have any questions.